Hi, this is Kelly
and Kim.
Welcome to the Skinny. Yesterday we didn't weigh in just for more just health reasons, I think. For me, it was just like my allergies are kicking my butt. They've been tough all year, but all this season. But I went to bed with a headache and I woke up with a headache, and right now I'm just not feeling. I want to take a nap. You just want to lie down and take a nap.
I'm red, and I have makeup covering it because I'm so red.
She had a chiropractic incident.
Gosh, a little chiropractic incident with you. Went and got adjusted because everything was out yet again on the one side. Got adjusted, but then they put you with the massage therapist. And this one, she goes deep. So I got it after her. I got to take a muscle relaxer after her, because I know if I don't, the next day will be ugly.
So she had the muscle relaxer hangover.
And it was still ugly the next day. So here we are out a couple of days. I feel somewhat better today. I mean, I feel everything feels like it's supposed to, and which is good. But I will point out, when I was, I'm gonna sideline for a sec. Yeah. When I was talking to her, it always seems to be my left side that's out. And she said, well, maybe it's something that you're doing every day, or something about you that's out of balance. And I said to her, I said, what would your recommendation be? Do you think something like yoga might help that? And she said, I think yoga helps everything. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what?
We've done yoga before. We've taken yoga classes before.
I'm starting to feel like it's less about being physically fit and weight loss than it is about maybe strengthening something that will keep this part of my body.
It's called
where
your core.
It's supposed to be. Everything, I know. Everything is always out for me. And maybe if I can get that strong, those muscles will keep my adjustments in.
Strengthening your core can only help you, period.
Because I really hate going through the couple of days where I get adjusted, and the massage therapy is the best thing for me afterward, but it's brutal. Yeah. So I think I'm trying, I know I'm trying a class. I bought a Groupon.
To go to this different new yoga class.
Really close to the house, but it was $26 for a 1 month unlimited. And you know what? That is worth trying to see if I like the class, like the teachers, and find one that really works for me. And it seems to have a lot of classes, so it seems like it'll work for my schedule. So I'm excited about seeing if it helps, all of those matters.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a good, it's something new.
It is.
That, we've done it before, but something new to kind of try to dive back in to make yourself feel better.
But it's kind of more for, trying to work the weight loss train.
And
more for really physically
feeling
helping
stronger.
This left side of my body that's I've been struggling with.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we wanted to talk about, a couple of things, there's a lot of little things. I was actually on Instagram, and I was seeing all of the new people. It's my first week. I lost this. It's my second week, or I'm third weekend.
I love the honeymoon phase.
They're all excited.
Those newbies are the best.
And the thing is, I really felt like as soon as I saw some of those, I thought, I'm a slacker. Mm-hmm. I really felt that way, and I guess I really realized it. I thought I was doing fine, but really, I've kind of been a slacker.
Yeah.
When I really think about it. I mean, I used to take my little thing every day and schedule my dinners for every week, so that Monday, I'm off on Mondays because I do 4-10s. I thought, I did this, and if there's anything I was missing that wasn't in the pantry, I could go pick it up.
Yeah.
And I've not been doing that. I've just a little things.
We've been eating the same old, except that last night we did make the rosemary chicken Weight Watchers thing that we love.
We've talked about it.
We did it in a different way. We put it over pasta, so it was delicious.
It's the one in Eat What You Love.
We've mentioned it before.
Yes, the rosemary chicken. Here's the recipe on the back and the inside. And if you go to the Hungry Poodle, which I love the name of that.
Oh, I do too.
Because our dog was a hungry poodle.
She's very food motivated.
Love that about her.
Poodle. We used to call her that.
We did used to call her the Hungry Poodle.
Yeah.
And even if you Google rosemary chicken with fresh tomato and balsamic sauce, that site will probably pop up, because it did for me.
It's a little bit of work. It's chopping shallots.
It is some work.
Garlic, and first you're gonna cook your chicken. You're gonna pull it out, and then add it into the oil. You're gonna put your shallots and your garlic and your tomatoes, and you're gonna cook them all together with chicken broth and balsamic. And you're gonna do that. You're gonna get that all nice incorporated and cooked down, and you're gonna put the chicken back in. It's
all done in one pan on the stove.
Rosemary. It's one pan on the stove. It's delicious.
But I will say, I would double it.
And yes.
And eat the leftovers because, man, cold the next day. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So highly recommend. But
it's just one of our favorites.
I would double it so you have a standby for either lunch or another meal. So
yeah, because you could basically we went ahead and took our chicken cutlets and cut them all up in the mixture. I could have just taken one or two out and cut them up and put it on my pasta with of course the gravy that comes from it and the tomatoes and onions, shallots, and put it on top of my spaghetti and left some of the whole chicken so that you could like take that later. But
yes,
I was really delicious enough, an interesting way to do it, and it's amazing over pasta because just the balsamic chicken gravy was
maybe do it on a weekend during a work night. I would not make it, just saying, but on a weekend I would make it and I would have leftovers for the week if I wanted it for part of my lunch. But it was amazing over pasta.
Amazing.
So good. So I'm getting back to this. My goal, I'm gonna say this week, is I'm getting, which I kind of have in my crazy handwriting, but it's here, and I'll kind of share with you. Well, this isn't it. This is what I ate in a day.
Yeah,
but I will be doing
you did a list. I thought we were talking about it.
I did do a list. Do I have my...
I was going to say, we talked about it. I know you wrote it down.
It's in the other room.
Because you were saying...
Sorry, you know I did do it, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's in the other room.
Because you were asking me, what do you want to do this night?
I did it.
I'm like,
it's in the dining room.
That's why I thought that
on the table.
Okay. So,
do this.
I think you're like, okay. I mean, it kind of illustrates when you see somebody who's so fresh and new and they're talking and they're so excited and you make that comparison, you're like, maybe I'm just gotten a little complacent. Maybe I should.
I have. So I feel at least excited
about...
How
about the volume a little bit?
There's yoga happening regardless of the why. It's going to be happening. It's going to happen tomorrow. And I'm excited about getting back to making sure I know what I'm doing for dinner. And kind of part of that for me, for knowing what my dinners were every day, was when I knew what my dinners were, I knew that I was going to do my 2-point breakfast. I knew I was going to spend 6 or 7 for lunch. Usually I count 10 for dinner, and then whatever's left over, I kind of gauge what I want to do for a snack. And if I have leftover points, then they roll into the week. And that's kind of how I work it. And it works for me.
And I think everybody, you have to really think about, when am I generally hungry? Am I tend to be more hungry during breakfast and lunch and less at dinner and at night? Or if you're somebody like, I'm finding I'm snacking at night and it's a struggle for me. Well, consider shaving off a point at breakfast and a point at lunch and a point at dinner so you can put more snack points in the evening if that's when you're struggling.
Yes.
And it will change. I mean, ours has changed over the years, where we allot our points.
Yes.
And because you reevaluate, you change, what you eat changes, what makes you satisfied changes.
So the plan changed a couple times.
That too.
And that changed things.
So I always think you have to kind of reevaluate how, if you're struggling in particular, okay, when am I really hungry? When is my hardest struggle point during the day?
Because if it's during the afternoon at work after lunch, maybe you have not eaten enough for lunch.
2 points there.
And do a 2-point snack.
For a snack at toward the end of the work day. If like a banana or an apple aren't cutting it, and you're like, maybe I need some kind of like nuts or something at 2 o'clock.
And there's ways to there are really good ways to shave points off. I'm going to tell you one of the ways that I do it a lot. Say in the day where I said I'm going to Subway for lunch, or we decide on the fly, guess what, the night's changing, we're going to Subway for dinner, or Potbelly, or somewhere like that. One of the ways I shave off points during the day, and this is just one of them. I just got my new order.
Yeah.
These are Kraft fat-free mayo packets.
Or another way I shave is I would have mustard instead.
Yeah, or mustard. But
mayo.
Sometimes I want mayo. So I carry at least a couple of these in my purse. I just got my new order. The last order we talked about many videos ago.
It lasted
forever. It lasted forever. Yeah. There's 200 of them. I just keep a couple in my desk and I keep a couple in my purse.
And that's condiments are a good way too to shave off points, especially if you're like, I'm eating real mayo. I mean, well, mustard's free.
Mustard's free.
So
fat-free mayo's free.
Mustard is one of those that I kind of started swapping out my mayo for my mustard. Sometimes I do want mayo.
And sometimes I can't. The mustard's just not sounding good. And I want a mayo. I will say the Kraft fat-free is really good, especially the one in the packet. I do think the one in the jar with the orange top does not taste as good.
It's a little
more sour. This isn't. So I will say if you want it, the packets are much better. Really like them. And I always have in my purse. So I shave off there. I've shaved off by changing my coffee creamer has become the Carb Master,
which is
vanilla.
0.
Used to be, I did even the sugar-free creamers. I've even stopped with those.
Yeah.
I just use a little bit of 1/4 cup of Carb Master in my big coffee, 0 and perfect. And I just get the vanilla.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just thinking about,
Little
where
ways.
do I need to, you might go, I just need somewhere, I need to gain
A couple of points.
a couple points so I can put them here.
Yeah.
And because at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm struggling, so I need a couple points there. How do I get them?
Or if you're using regular peanut butter, maybe switch to a reduced fat peanut butter, or switch to a Jif Whip, or some people switch to natural, I guess, just depending. There are ways to kind of grab a few points.
Yeah.
There really are if you really look.
Yeah.
And I did want to share with you a day of food, because I had a lot of people ask, what are you eating in a day? What are you eating in a day? Well, and my response to that a lot is, we are very boring eaters. We are not exciting eaters, but I do have a new little sandwich that I can share with you, or a little twist on a normal sandwich I can share with you today. And it's one that we've discovered in the last week or two. I was one day just said, how would I put that on there?
And shocker, it has to do with feta.
Good.
I know it's a shocker.
Fat-free feta. And I will tell you, if you're using regular feta or reduced fat feta, switch to fat-free because it tastes just as good.
It's so
and you
good.
save points. 0.
So good. Feta should be on everything.
Feta should be on everything. Fat-free feta should be on everything.
Everything.
Okay, so let me grab a couple
That's
things,
your list.
and I'm going to share my meals in a day. Now, one of the things I do, and I guess I should grab one. Would you grab one for me, my shake? Oh, in case you've been living under a rock and have not heard about the Premier Protein shakes, they are they're a huge Weight Watcher thing. A lot of people in the Weight Watchers community swear by these, utilize these, and I love them, and they keep me full more so than just about anything else I eat during a day, which who knew? But they are a lot of protein.
I'm kind of over them right now.
30 grams.
I'm kind of over them right now, but I'm still doing it.
But you don't have to be. I enjoy them. And what I do...
I just haven't figured out what I want to replace them with.
Even with my Carb Master, when my milk in them, when I have my coffee, I'll put in just a little pour in with the Carb Master, and it makes it nice and creamy for my coffee. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy these, and I am fine. And here's my thing. I need something like this because I'm at my desk at 6 a.m. and I don't eat until noon. So this gets me through.
I had to say, I agree. I don't feel hungry until I eat lunch.
They really do work.
And so they do work in that respect. It's just, to me, I drink it and then I've got an aftertaste in my mouth and I'm drinking something else.
Some water.
Yeah.
And here's another thing I do. I do a snack, like a banana or some strawberries or an apple in between, just so I don't get that ravenous feeling. I do make sure I do that. And I want to get my fruit in, especially a healthy fruit like an apple or some berries. So I do that, and I'm good to go till lunch. And one of the things I do at lunch is I don't do a very big lunch as far as points. Mm-hmm. I do 6-7 point lunch, and that's kind of where I keep it. Some days it's salad, sometimes it's something different. Mm-hmm. I'm having a sandwich today. What I do is 2 slices of the Aunt Millie's. You can do the Nature's Own Light. You can do the Healthy Life Light.
Yeah, because they're both each point.
There's all of them. It just depends on what your preference is.
Yeah.
Take your 2 slices of bread. I use Boar's Head turkey. I count a point for my turkey because a lot of deli turkeys are not free on Smart Points. So I don't even, on Freestyle. So I always just count the point.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 points for my breakfast with my protein shake. My lunch, 2 points for my bread, 1 point for my turkey. Mm-hmm. Then what I do is I put a tiny bit of the fat-free mayo on each side of the bread, really thin on each side. I don't even use the whole packet. And then in between the slices of turkey, I sprinkle some fat-free feta, maybe a tablespoon.
Yeah.
That's all free. Put my sandwich together, and it is delicious with the feta.
Yes, that's a boring sandwich. I like spinach or onion or any of those toppings. She likes tomato. I'm not a tomato fan, but
I don't even put tomato on that sandwich. I just do that just as it is.
Boring.
But one of the days you put a slice of apple on it.
I like apple on my turkey.
And that was actually good. Yes. I would actually, if I'm going to put something else on that sandwich, I would add a slice of apple.
I like turkey, feta, and apple. That's kind of
delicious.
That's my go-to. I'll take an apple and I'll slice it and I put it on.
And you're right. It was really good.
Yep.
So that...
She's boring with her sandwiches.
I am. But I love that. You know what? Boring, but I love turkey. That's just where I'm at. So if I'm wanting a sandwich, it's either going to be a peanut butter and jelly or a turkey sandwich. And for my side, I'll do whatever crunchy. Sometimes I want crunch. Currently, I'm on the Rolled Gold pretzel.
Yes.
I don't know why that brand. I just like the ratio of salt to not. Love it.
Yeah.
18 of those is 3 points.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a couple pickle spears. Yeah. 0. And that's a 6-point lunch.
Yes.
And it's filling, and I love it.
And sometimes I'll do veggie straws or,
sure,
or do something else.
Sure.
Any other kind of whatever crunch that I want to add to my meal.
So,
and that's just a sandwich. That's a sandwich chip type meal.
Yes. And usually in the afternoon before I leave to come home, I don't want to come home ravenous. I make sure I do
grapes,
some berries, some grapes, banana or an apple, or there's some kind of different fruit than the one I had in the morning.
Yeah.
I always do a different fruit. And then for dinner, I do, here's the dinner I'm going to give you. And I just created this one day because it's kind of based off my mom's meatloaf recipe. Mm-hmm. I take my pound of Laura's lean, cut it in half, put the rest in the fridge or the freezer, depending on what I'm going to do. And then I take...
You cut that other one in half.
You will know because I just do it for 2 in 1 loaf. So what I do...
Oh, you do it for 2 in 1 loaf.
I take the half.
Yeah.
And
I didn't remember if you did it that way.
Oh, I did it that way. And I will put in... Here's what I put in it. I will take some Italian seasoning, which is delicious. You can use whatever seasoning, but that's what I use.
Salt and pepper.
I will cut up, use some little bit of salt and pepper. I will cut up some green pepper and onions. Put that really fine. Put those in.
Squeeze them in.
Yep. I also add a little bit of reduced sugar ketchup and mix it in really good.
With feta.
Then I fold in some of the feta.
Of course.
Not a lot. You don't need a lot.
Nope.
Fold in a little bit of the feta.
Squeeze it all in.
Yep. Spray this.
Make a little
Put it
meatloaf.
in here. Make a little loaf. Put a little bit of ketchup on top. Reduced sugar Heinz. I'm a fan. It's very low in points. It's 1 point for a bunch. Put it in. Bake it at 350 for about 25 minutes. And it is the most delicious.
So we split that.
Yes.
We each have meatloaf.
And it's 4 points for 1/2 because the Laura's lean for a fourth of patty is 4 points.
Yeah.
So that's my meatloaf. And I always serve meatloaf. I gotta serve like my mom did with mashed potatoes. Well, if you get these, the Idahoan, they're the buttery home style mashed potatoes. These are 4 points. So I will serve that on top of my mashed potatoes. And when my veggie I typically do is either broccoli or green beans that are free. And that right there is what I did. All of that, 9 points. Free, 9 points, free green beans, life's good.
And it's basically like the old school meal that my mom would make.
Yeah, just kind of that comfort meal. So that's one of my new favorites just because the meatloaf.
A snack you would do.
And the snack, I'm still on the banana bread kick, let me tell you.
Blueberries have been added.
Yeah, blueberries have been added in the loaf, the whole loaf, 3 points.
Yeah.
So mash up your banana. In case you didn't see the last week's when we did it, mash up your banana.
Egg.
Throw in an egg, mix it up, throw in a little bit of vanilla, maybe a little bit of cinnamon if you want, an oatmeal packet of some sort. That's your points right there. Throw in some fresh blueberries, spray this pan, little mini one.
Half hour at 350.
Yeah, half hour at 350. Turn it over, and I'm going to have mine tonight on my list. I'm going to have my 3-point loaf.
No, you were on this list, yeah.
With a skosh of chocolate reduced. I do the light Hershey's chocolate sauce. The sugar-free makes me sick. So I do the light chocolate sauce for a point, and I take a little bit of dollops of Cool Whip, fat-free Cool Whip, 1 point. And that is a 5-point snack. So that whole day.
What's your day?
It's 22 points. And, Dunsey, rolling over.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. So that works for me. And if I do this out, even not on freestyle, that's going to come out 22 points. So even if it's just smart points, it's going to come out 22. So I'm excited, and it works.
Yep.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to make it. You got to go, okay, this is a simple day for you. And I think, again, it comes down to, and we've said this many times before, eat what you love.
Eat what you like.
Eat food you enjoy. I mean, Kim's on a big turkey kick right now, boar's head turkey kick. And she's just
has to be boar's head.
And feta. Feta is feta's always a thing in our house. When they have a sale and they say buy 5 for whatever, we buy 5.
And not all fetas are created equal. I think, I'm not sure about the points in other ones, but I know the Athenos fat-free feta is the one that's 0 for the fourth of a cup.
Yeah.
So good.
We'll pretty much eat any feta, just saying.
We will.
Okay. So I think, what else did you want to cover?
We got a gift in the mail. Kim Elder, I tell ya.
Thank you, Kim.
Oh my gosh, you again. You and the.
This was the nicest
This is
thing,
so cute. best YouTube channel. You are so
Thank
cute.
you,
We love
Kim.
it. And, oh my God. We were talking about how we are like spending our summer doing fun things. Going to the zoo and just having fun.
So she did this little cooler thing.
Yes. Got a little cooler. Let's see what's inside. This is cracking me up, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay. Love this. Put your water or your Crystal Light in here, and it's got pineapples on it.
Isn't it cute?
I will tell you, our friend Lori, one of our closest friends, Lori, we always chuckle about how lately we see pineapples
everywhere.
So we have a constant like on the
Pictures
text.
everywhere we see pineapples.
We take a picture and send it. Go. It's
like
still
pineapples
going
on stuff.
It's still happening.
Yeah.
And we just text each other constantly, and one will pop up almost every single day.
There's a pineapple pool float, a pineapple beach towel, pineapples everywhere.
And
you're gonna notice them everywhere.
We are now that we've said it, you're gonna go, oh my God, I've seen pineapples everywhere. So needless to say, I haven't taken a picture of this and sent it to her yet, but I will.
Yes.
Because it's all about supposedly the year of the pineapple. So I'm like, okay, who knew? Not that I don't love pineapples. I love pineapples. And I love the fact that it's yellow.
Well, and a pineapple, my friend said, she said it means welcome. You put out a pineapple to welcome people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like,
I will be welcome. So this is going to go in our fridge there with lots of cold water so we can add it to our beverages.
And it had some fun beverages because
picnics sitting outside, grilling out on our little pig grill.
It had beverages, country time flavors, and this one, Weiler's Light Peach Iced Tea, which I can't wait to try.
And summery napkins.
This is my favorite thing too.
Oh my God, paper straws rock.
I love straws, period.
So now we can have a grill out of our Laura's Lean.
Yes.
And have lots of lovely beverages.
Oh, I love these.
I'm ready to fill it up with all kinds of really good Crystal Light. Because I am still on my water, people. I'm going to say I'm proud. I am still on the water. The weekends are harder. The weekends kind of suck.
Yeah.
But during the week, I am getting actually about 80 ounces in during the weekdays.
But I'm confessing, struggling
with the soft drinks.
I'm eating diet drinks.
Me too.
We are struggling. I'm an addict, man.
But
I can't stop. I have to say, I'm very cognizant of it, and I've cut it. But I gotta say, I'd rather give up food than this. And it's an addiction.
I know. I hear it.
And I love it. So I'm really struggling. All I can do is just make sure I'm getting water in too, and
try to replace
some of that
with water.
Water.
During the week, I take one to work with me, which for me is amazing.
I try that. I try to get just one in at work.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually it's 3.
Really?
Yes. Really? Yes. Like cans. Like not big ones. If it's a big one, it's just 1.
Okay.
Or in a can. Which equals 3.
Take some water. Don't they have like a water cooler there?
There
you go. Then why are you doing that?
Because I love it.
Drink some water.
I do drink water too. I'm a camel. I drink water.
Camels don't drink.
Oh, well, whatever. I drink water.
Whatever it is, whatever animal it is, it drinks a lot.
I drink water.
We gotta look that up.
And I drink Diet Pop.
You need to Google that now. What's an animal that drinks a lot?
I don't. Elephants?
I don't know.
Anyway, I drink a lot. I'm a drinker. I mean, I drink all day
I do too.
long.
People in my office go,
you're
filling the water thing up again? And I'm like, well, yeah. These people I work with, they don't drink.
I drink.
I think that's weird.
It's funny because our mom was not a drinker.
She was not.
I mean, which was bad.
To her detriment, actually.
To her detriment. Because she was on a lot of psych meds, and she wasn't flushing her kidneys.
Which is honestly probably what caused her heart attack.
Ultimately, I think was the hardest thing on her body. But we drink like it's going out of style.
She would look at us like we were, she'd be like, seriously?
She would have dinner and not order a drink or have a drink at the table. I was like, or she was drinking
that is
this
the
weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I bet she drank a cup of coffee in the morning, maybe a cup of coffee in the afternoon, and probably never drank anything else all day long.
Or she would drink a little bit of water.
It was weird. Weird, totally opposite. I don't know where we got it. But, I mean, if you don't see a glass in my hand with something, I mean, there's going to be some... I was a minute ago, I was like, okay, where's my drink? Because let me tell you, the first thing I'm going to do when we stop recording is I'm going to go find my drink.
That's what's going to happen. Can we make it a water?
No. It's Father's Day. I'm having a rough day.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I need Diet Pop. I'm struggling. I'm missing my dad. I'm missing my dad today. It's a hard day. I've struggled a little bit through this video. I apologize. I always try to bring my best and kind of feel like I'm here, but I'm struggling. So
it's all right. We'll be here better next week.
We'll be here better next week. I promise.
We will.
This was hard for me, and I made it through. So I'm done. So
okay.
we'll see you next week.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.